Next question we ask is how to conserve biodiversity. We have two answers. One is in situ conservation, the other is ex situ conservation. Now, when I am speaking of in situ conservation, it is more like in the situation, X outside, X outside the situation conservation. So, let's complete with in situ conservation. In situ conservation, basically what we have is certain protected areas. To start off with, the largest one happens to be biosphere reserves. Next comes national parks and sanctuaries and sacred groves. Now, when we are speaking of these regions, there is a whole factor giving tribute to the nature, leaving them as it is, without destroying them, without manipulating them, without disturbing them. So, if you are looking at biosphere reserves, we always have it in three zones. The centralmost zone, which is called as the core zone. So, here comes the core zone. This is the buffer zone, we call it as, and this is the human can go in, you call it as manipulative zone. So, in the core zone, we don't know what exists. The reason is no human has gone there. Animals and plants, flora and fauna has been given the complete liberty to be as it is. So, it is the complete nature takes care of this zone. In buffer zone, only with permission, say a forest guard or a research scholar could go without doing any kind of changes. Again, this is a zone where we have left nature to itself. But in manipulative zone, anybody could go camp, trek, look at the region and come back. We have various biosphere reserves throughout the world. For example, Amazon forest is one of the greatest biosphere reserve. In India, we could consider Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve as one of the most important biosphere reserve. Let's go to national park next. What is a national park? Here there is strictness which is maintained for human to enter in and go out. There are certain rules which we have to follow. Here there is no condition where human can go and start living or killing animals, poaching them, cutting down trees. No, nothing of this sort is allowed. We have several national parks in India. If I really consider everything, it is around 105 to 110 number of national parks we have in India, both including big and small. One of the most famous national park is Kaziranga National Park, where for one-horned rhinoceros it is very famous. Now here we are giving the animals and plants its natural habitat to live. Similarly, in sanctuaries such as Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, it is for protection for all the animals. Again, here there is no human activities allowed at all. So, we do not entertain any kind of human activities here. Last one, we come to the sacred groves. In sacred groves, example would be Kashi's and Jayantiya's hill in Meghalaya. Here what we do, there are certain patches of land which has been declared it is very sacred, it is mythologically very important. Both, as I told, every time remember it as both godly and devilish kind. So either you are with faith, you don't enter into this land, or with fear you are not going to destroy this land. So in these regions, the region is being well protected by tribal people. So that is about the sacred groves.